Good morning, beloveds. Um, so I'm starting a new book, and yesterday the split in half, and I haven't decided if I'm going to try and repair it or if I'm going to put it in a notebook. So we're going to do this way today and figure it out. All right. So I have moved to the book called Beyond Appearances, which is a collection of writing. It's the daily guides from Science of Mind magazine. And this book was done in 1990, so it's 30 years old. And just so you know, Jesse Jennings is one of the authors. Uh, I'll let you know when I get to his because it gives you the author's initials at the bottom. So, and then there's a key in the front. Okay, so our title for April 2nd is Good Medicine. We've got a quote, a merry heart doth good like a medicine, which is Proverbs 17:22. And the other one is love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. And that is from the Science of Mind text, page 298. Most of us know people who seem to find a special joy in being alive, who have a zest for living that often is infectious, and in whose presence we always feel happy. Many times, these are the same people who have experienced great loss or tragedy in life, and who thus must seem to have little cause or reason to be buoyant. One of the brightest stars in the opera world is Beverly Sills. This gifted soprano is known for her joyous disposition, what could be described as her merry heart. When asked how she always managed to be happy, even in the face of personal concerns and disappointment, she replied, I'm not always happy, but I do try to be cheerful. Almost daily, we have the opportunity to offer love to others with a smile, a touch, an understanding heart. Many times, words are not necessary to let someone know we care. We can choose to maintain a cheerful outlook and a positive, loving point of view. Not a Pollyanna attitude, but a deep conviction that love is present and can heal in every situation if we only allow it to work through us. All right. And then there's I guess, a little treatment at the bottom. I know that love is the divine inheritance of every person. I can make a positive difference when I look beyond negative appearances and allow God's healing power to work through me. Thank you, God. And those initials are JA. So I'll find out who that is in just a minute. Um, and the thing about that is there's really good research on um, attitude, especially like in cancer treatments and things like that. Because that's where I've seen some of the research on attitude. And the interesting thing is in the cancer treatment, it's not yes, a positive attitude and a cheerful or merry heart, as they cheerful outlook or a merry heart, um, they tend to do very well in treatment. Uh, but there's some interesting research on people who are really angry who do really well in treatment either. They go in there with the attitude of they're pissed off that they have this condition and they are going to, do everything that they have to. So really what the secret seems to be a strong emotion. Now, I'm sure that the people who are have merry hearts are probably easier to work with. So I would suggest, feel free to go in there with the warrior attitude, but uh yeah. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting. That's research from years ago. I'm sure they've done more. But in Science of Mind, we talk about the power of emotion, how much power emotion has. It's like we can think a thought, but if we really want that thought to become a treatment, then what we've got to do is wrap it in emotion. And there's also interesting research on how our attitudes affect our bodies and how that merry heart, that positive outlook, that positive attitude is very beneficial to the body, very healing for the body. Whereas other emotions like sadness, depression, anger can have very negative effects on the body. Uh, there's research on cardiovascular disease and anger. So it's like emotion is very important. And in this one, they're reminding us how healing, literally healing, happiness, joy, positivity is. And we're not talking about the toxic positivity, which is why at the end he says, not Pollyanna. It's like, we're not trying to gloss over the things that are hard. We are not trying to gloss over that things happen that are non-preferred, you know. Um, we're not trying to gloss over that, but what we are doing is, it's, I was reminded of the phrase, I hung a picture on my wall 2 nights ago, and the picture on my wall, it's a snow leopard. It's huge. It's 3 feet by something. It's almost 3 feet by 3 feet. Um, and it had been promised to me by my aunt when I got my master's degree. Well, I got my master's degree, but things happened, and she was having medical issues, and all of this. And the promise had been made way before. She went through breast cancer, this, that, and the other thing. She got through that. Then she had and then she had what we think is probably a stroke. And then 2 years later, she's gone. I got the picture in November, and it stayed wrapped in my office until 2 days ago because I couldn't face it. I hung it on the wall. And so I was reminded of the phrase, do not be sad that she's gone. Be grateful that she lived. And so that's kind of that attitude. So even when we have experiences, which we would term non-preferred, um, there's room for gratitude. There's room for joy. There's room for happiness. Yes, she's gone, and yes, it hurts, but I have all of these amazing memories. And looking at that picture, it does trigger just a little bit of the sad, but it also triggers all of those memories, i.e., this is just a funny one, of watching a barbershop quartet sing standing in a fountain in Louisville. So they had rolled their pants up, taken their shoes off, rolled their pants up, and they were, because it was hot. Some barbershop quartet convention going on in Louisville, and Mary happened to take me down there. And so, it's a memory that I'll never forget. But okay, so that is good medicine. Good medicine to find reasons to be happy, to find reasons to be joyful, to find reasons to be, grateful. Even in the midst of the mess, especially in the midst of the mess. All right, so good medicine. The first quote, a merry heart doth good like a medicine. Proverbs 17:22. Like I said, there's science behind that. And then love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. Science of Mind 298. Yeah, Ernest is a firm believer that love is the best healing. Sometimes the only thing we can do is love on people. It's all we can do. But it is something that we can do. So, most of us know people who seem to find a special joy in being alive, who have a zest for living that is often infectious, and in whose presence we always feel happy. We know who these people are. We want to be around these people. Many times, these are the same people who have experienced great loss or tragedy in life, and who thus might seem to have little cause or reason to be buoyant. Okay, and I would argue that it's because they see the sweetness in life that's concentrated by the grief. All right. Not everybody finds that, but sometimes those experiences they understand. It's like, I've tasted sadness and joy tastes better. So while I experience the sadness, I will always have the joy lingering in the back of my mouth. Always have the joy lingering in the back of my mouth. Because I know that I will taste it again. One of the brightest stars of the opera world is Beverly Google her. I mean, I've heard the name. So, this gifted soprano is known for her joyous disposition, what could be described as her merry heart. When asked how she always managed to be happy, even in the face of personal concerns and disappointments, she replied, "I'm not always happy, but I do try to be cheerful." Because what is it that we were taught in ministerial school? To not bleed on each other. It's like we talk from our scars, not from our open wounds. And so when things are messy in my life, I will tell you, hey, they're messy. But I'm not going to talk from that part. I'm going to talk from, I'm going to try and be cheerful. I'm going to let you know everything isn't going great right now, but here's what I know that's good. And I think that's what she was talking about. I'm not always happy, but I do try and be cheerful. It's like, I'm going to know what's good. I'm going to acknowledge the mess, and then I'm going to know what's good. Almost daily, we have the opportunity to offer love to others with a smile, a touch, an understanding heart. I like to call that the listening heart. Many times, words are not necessary to let someone know we care. Sometimes, it's simply meeting somebody's eyes, and then that knowing look passes between you, and there may be a small smile. It's like, nope, I got you. I know. I understand. You don't have to say anything. Sometimes it's just that touch, You might walk by and just ever so lightly touch them, touch the back of their hand, touch them on the shoulder. I mean, don't touch people without permission, but you know what I mean. People that you have permission to touch. Sometimes it's just that touch, just that, grip of a hand. We can choose to maintain a cheerful outlook and a positive, loving point of view. Positive, loving. Not a Pollyanna attitude. We're not glossing over the mess. We are acknowledging the mess, but we are looking for the good. A deep conviction that love is present and can heal in every situation if we only allow it to work through us. And that right there, God can do for us only what God can do through us. And so when we walk into situations, we want to let that love work through us. All right. So again, I know that love is the divine inheritance of every person. I can make a positive difference when I look beyond the negative appearance and allow God's healing power to work through me. Thank you, God. All right, let's find out who J.A. is. And then I'm going to go find out who is upset Gabby. And that is Jean Anderson. So that is our practitioner. All right. So your mission today, should you choose to accept it, our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to have that deep conviction that love is present. And how do we do that? That's what the next spiritual practice that I'm going to suggest is. To do something loving for yourself, to do something kind for yourself, to do something compassionate for yourself. Be it one thing, be it a multiple things, be it a real short thing, be it an all day thing. The point is to do something loving, kind, compassionate for yourself, to practice on yourself every day. Because if you can do it for yourself, you can do it for everybody. But more importantly, because you deserve your own love, your own kindness, and your own compassion. All right? This is the truth. So, if you are in a moment of sadness, if you are in a moment of non-preferred, let the joy linger in the back of your mouth. In the knowing that you will taste joy again. All right? Be kind with yourself, be gentle with yourself, be loving with yourself, be compassionate with yourself. And always be compassionate with others. And sometimes compassion looks like taking yourself out of the room. Okay? For both you and the others. But if you are in need, don't isolate. Reach out and ask. And if you know somebody that you hadn't heard from in a while, maybe you can do a compassionate thing and reach out to them. Okay, I am going to go into the process of my day because I've got some errands. Normally, I take Saturday. It is a sacred day. I don't do, but I'm trying to track down FedEx boxes. So I got to get 4 20 by 20 FedEx boxes. Yeah. All right. But that'll get all of this stuff out of my guest room, which I really need. So y'all take care of yourself. Do something to engage your mind and your body. Get that face full of sun first thing in the morning. Drink plenty of water. Open the windows of your soul and allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around you. But, no, not but, and. When I say open the windows of your soul, a good way to do that, to taste that breath of heaven, is to look for the good and praise it. Today, the Blue Jays were out to play. I know I got some good pictures, so I look forward to going through that. That will be my loving, kind, compassionate thing, is to because I got some good squirrel pictures too. So that's what I'm going to do. I just need to stop talking. So have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a sunny day, a magical day, an enchanting day, a take care of yourself day, a catter day, which is a Saturday with cats. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. All right? You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. So, whatever is going on, let the love work through you. Always. You are plugged into an inexhaustible source. And while you can never cut it off, you can create the illusion. So, unkink your hose. All right, beloveds. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Go and do, or rest. Whatever it is that's on your plate today. But know that you're loved. Catch us on the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on whatever I am on. And Reverend David should be on with you around 5 p.m. I should be back to you tomorrow, and it should be closer to 9 a.m. And then we will have an amazing service for you because we're going to start a new series. So, and it will be The Quest, the hero's journey. All right, beloveds. Have a fantastic day. I will see you next time. Know that you are loved.